Hello everyone and welcome. We are live on Abu Dhabi Sports for the match of the week of match week 4 of the ADNOC Pro League, and it's a biggie. It's a Dubai derby, Al Naser against Shabab Alahli. Both of these teams coming into this fixture unbeaten in the league season so far, and both have yet to concede a goal in the league season so far. We are expecting great things from tonight's game, and also from, of course, my guests here in the studio. With me tonight, I have the legend of UAE football, Ibrahim Diaki, and of course, the walking encyclopedia of UAE football, Pedro Correa. We will get their thoughts very soon, but first, let's cross straight away live to the Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai, where our very own Amy Gillingham is there for us. And Amy, good to see you this evening. Normally, coming into a game like this and a derby, one of the two teams is perhaps faring better than the other, but this is quite one of those rare things where both these sides come into this game on a very equal footing.
Good evening, Graham, and welcome to the Al Maktoum Stadium. Absolutely, Al Naser are a real contender for the title this season. They're currently on 7 points after 3 games, on par with Shabab Alahli, the reigning champions of the UAE Pro League. And really, Al Naser have a very different feel and also set up to them this season, which makes them a very difficult task for Shabab Alahli here tonight, perhaps slightly different to what they've expected in previous years. So tonight's a standout fixture. It's a classic Dubai derby. Al Naser up against Shabab Alahli. It always promises goals, drama, great rivalry, and of course a brilliant atmosphere. With that, we do have a good amount of supporters from both Al Naser and Shabab Alahli making their way into the Al Maktoum Stadium. Now, for Al Naser, Mehdi Gayedi is out of action here tonight, and that will be a huge loss for them in the attacking third. And for Shabab Alahli, Sadar Azmoun returns. He's in the squad. He's starting on the bench, but he is a brilliant threat up top for Shabab Alahli. So that could be a real danger for the back for Al Naser. Of course, both are unbeaten and yet to concede a goal in the ADNOC Pro League. Of course, this tonight could be a threat with Sadar Azmoun back in the mix for Al Naser's defence. Now, Paulo Sousa, he comes in tonight's game on the back of a 1-1 draw midweek against Tractor in the AFC Champions League. Al Naser last weekend coming into this also with a draw 0-0 against Al Jazeera. So both head coaches are certainly going to want to get back to winning ways. So both have not just the points on their mind tonight, but also bragging rights in Dubai for whoever wins.
Terrific. Thank you very much, Amy Gillingham, live there from the Al Maktoum Stadium. We'll, of course, be crossing back to her to get all the reaction and those very exclusive and sudden interviews at the end of the game as well. We'll get to the chaps in the studio and their thoughts very shortly. But first, here's a bit more about the history to this Dubai derby. The biggest fixture of match week 4 of the ADNOC Pro League is the Dubai derby at the Al Maktoum Stadium. Usually this fixture between Al Naser and Shabab Alahli would see one of the two teams faring slightly better than the other, but this time they are very much on an equal footing. Both sides have 7 points in the league, and both sides have a record of 2 wins and 1 draw so far. Shabab Alahli's last league match was a narrow 1-0 win against Banias, where they rode their luck and needed VAR to get all 3 points. For Al Naser, after starting their season with 2 straight wins, they were held to a goalless draw by Al Jazeera. Along with Al Ghawda, these are the only 2 sides yet to concede a league goal this season, but they've only scored 5 goals between them. So both teams need to find their striking power. This derby is usually a passionate affair, but with early season bragging rights also on offer, it's a chance for both clubs to stake a claim as real title contenders. Yeah, it's a big game to say the least early in the season. Dubai Derby, bragging rights, but also crucial points. It's quite bunched at the top of the table. So both Al Nassr and Shabab Alahli will be very keen to get all three tonight. We will be having live coverage from the Al Maktoum Stadium. Our commentator tonight will be Omar Al Duri. And we have our refereeing team as well. Mohamed Taki is on the middle of the pitch for us tonight with his team. VAR in operation as well. Igor de Oliveira will be in the bunker somewhere nearby making those crucial decisions. This is how the table now looks after Al Ain got a very impressive win earlier on this afternoon. Kojo Laba getting a hat-trick means they are the first team this season to hit 10 points. Al Wada also with a big win yesterday, impressive. They are on 8 points, but as you can see, Shabab Alahli and Al Nassr both on 7. One of those would go top with Al Ain if they got a win tonight. Okay, gentlemen, thank you for hanging on. Let's start with you, Ibrahim. Dubai derbies, any derby really, is kind of two things, isn't it? One is the bragging rights over your near neighbours, but it's also crucial because at this early stage of the season, with both of them faring so well so far, it's just about getting the points as well. And they kind of have to take the emotion out of it.
Yes, great game tonight. Shabab Alahli and Al Nassr is the derby of Dubai, we all know. And they are two contenders for the league. And I can't wait for the game to start. And I have two things to say about the two teams. The quality of the players and the way of the play. We have two formations, two teams, but two different formations. Shabab Al Nassr playing 4-3-3, and Shabab Alahli with 4-4-2. So, but they have similar qualities. You have on the one side Shabab Alahli, a playmaker, for example, like Kartebia, who can feed the offensive line, and the other side you have Agudelo, who also has the technique and the quality to feed the offensive line. So we will witness and we will see a great game tonight.
Pedro, both these sides, obviously, as we're saying, they're unbeaten in the league so far this season. They haven't conceded a goal, either of them, in the league so far this season, but they haven't necessarily scored hat loads as well. And in the last couple of days, we've seen their rivals at the top of the table do just that. Is that something that could be the bridge they need to cross tonight, one of these two teams?
Different approaches on the Al Nassr side. Shabab Alahli maintains the same pattern of play from last season, a dominating side. It's true what you said. They are not translating that dominance, that amount of possession into many goals yet, as we speak. Nothing to worry too much about. Even Sardar has been out among other players. On the Al Nassr side, we have a different version from the previous season, a more balanced version. Before, Al Nassr was mostly under Alfred Schroeder, a side that would focus more on the offense, typical Dutch style, but would struggle a little bit in the defensive transitions and in the defensive part of the game and the overall. This season, it's still very early, and I don't want to be over optimistic about Al Nassr, but I see a different side of Al Nassr, more balanced, with a good concern in terms of the defensive process of the game, and that might help them to succeed. As for the offense, I believe they are building a team from the back, as I believe it should be done. So in the offense, things will end up working out well during the season, I guess.
Yeah, it's an interesting point, Ibrahim, isn't it? Because we're talking about everything is the same between the two sides at the moment. For Shabab Alahli, they still have Paulo Sousa. He won the league with them and another trophy last season. He's still with them. So really the only difference, apart from some players, is Slavica Jokanovic, the new boss of Al Nassr. Okay, it's only been 3 games and a couple of cup games. What have you seen so far this season that is the reason why they've started so well?
You know, Graham, as I said, they have a similar type of players, quality-wise, but they don't have the same way of playing. If you take Shabab Alahli, it's the type of team, they're very fast on the counter-attack. They have fast player on the wings, Yuri Cesar, sometimes Bala, who can you also use on the left side. And of course, through the balls of Kartebia, He tried to feed on the wings to try to have a finisher in front, Darbour, make the cross and finish. At the other end of Al Nassr, with Al Nassr, is more the ball possession. We all know that it's one of the greatest teams in the country with great ball possession. So this might create a problem for Shabab Alahli. But at the same time, you have a Shabab Alahli who is a team that is very well organized. So it's difficult to find the true passes in the midfield, and you have two strong defensive midfielders who are constantly there to stop the action. So it will not be an easy game. They have similar qualities, but different way of playing. And I would like to mention something. If Al Nassr play the same way they played against Al Jazeera, they might surprise today Shabab Alahli. Because to me, it was one of the best games they did so far since the beginning of the campaign of the start of the season. So it's a very, very interesting game to watch.
I might be doing Al Nassr a bit of a disservice there. I kind of dismissed the players that have come in. Slavisa Jokanovic obviously has to put them together, but there are a lot of new players at Al Nassr. And I think the point I'm trying to make is it all seems to have worked quite quickly so far this season. Sometimes teams with new managers, new players, it takes a while to gel. They seem to have hit the ground running.
That's why I was telling you I don't want to be over excited about the prospect, because when a season starts, we are always looking for these title containers like Al Nassr and of course Shabab Alahli with expectations of how they will compete. And over the last couple of seasons, Naser finished in the 6th position, very far from the top. So whenever a season starts, we are always looking for the new signings and the new coaches, and we try to understand how the team will operate throughout the season. This start is a promising start for Al Nassr. They went on the road to get the 3 points in Calva. That is not easy. It was just 1-0, but that is not easy. Then 1-0 win home against Ajman. Okay, it was not, let us say, a very fat win, but in any case, the 3 points were there and a clean sheet. And last time, I agree with Ibrahim. The 0-0 with Jazeera gave interesting indications about what Al Nassr can do in a match of this profile. Even though that last match with Jazeera had some different circumstances, as Jazeera was in the process of changing their coach. This time around, they are going up against the reigning champions. But it's a home match, and I'm very curious to understand how will Al Nassr approach this challenge here tonight.
Well, let's take a look then. Let's see how Al Nassr will approach the game this evening. I think we can start with their starting lineup. Take a look at this, Ibrahim. Ramon Mires, former Al Jazeera striker, of course, he's one of the new recruits that's really slotted in really nicely at Al Nassr. Take a look at this lineup. What are your first thoughts looking at it?
Yes, Graham. First of all, as I said before, in the midfield, Luka, Moussa and Ndiaye, two strong defensive midfielders, and they can run constantly, like 90 minutes, they don't stop. And of course, having Agudelo on the... He is playing a bit the second striker. Sometimes he will come into the midfield, try to receive the ball and feed the offensive line. And of course, I think it's a great choice for the coach Jokanovic to put Mires in the front line, because also Al Nassr was missing that finisher who can. Okay, Ali Mabkoud is not there, but they brought somebody else in front who can finish the action. As I mentioned earlier, they have a great ball possession, but before we remember the finishing was not there. So today, I think having Mires in front, they can start to build up from the back. They have also solid defense. Zayed Azabi, very active on the right wing. So I'm sure you'll be using constantly the right side to make some crosses or to try to find in the middle Agudelo who can feed the offensive line. So I think they start there. And let's not forget, of course, Jonatas, who is very powerful on the left side, who will try to go 1v1 and try to make some crosses for Mires. So I think the first starting 11 of Al Nassr, they might create some problem. But when I remember the game of against Jazeera, if they do the same type of game with confidence and character, I think it might be dangerous for Shabab Alahli.
Okay, let's take a look then, Pedro, at the lineup of Portuguese head coach Paulo Sousa. There you go.
Thank you for that, Graham.
There's your country mentioned already. Okay, Caltabia, he is such an influence in the team, but he's not the only trick they have up their sleeve, is he?
No, Guilherme Bala on the other side, it's also dangerous. That front line of three attacking midfielders supporting Dabur can create problems. I believe Al Nassr will have to be aware of controlling the inner space because both Cartabia, open wide on the right, and Guilherme Bala on the left tend to come in to make 1-2s and to explore the inner space. So Luka Milivojevic, curiously a former Shabab Alahli player, and now playing in a slight different role from what he was doing at Shabab Alahli last season. He's more like a number 6, a holding midfielder, an anchor, will be crucial to control that inner space, to try to avoid these 1-2 situations that these two players like to create, of course, with Yuri Caesar and Munas Dabur getting involved. Aside from that, of course, the two central midfielders have a very important role in the overall maneuver of the team.
Very strong.
Both box-to-box midfielders with a great engine covering a huge amount of ground. It will be, for me, very interesting and intriguing even to understand how will Al Nassr stop this central area for Shabab Alahli. Because Al Nassr, in theory, is playing with the three in the middle, as is Shabab Alahli, looking at that tactical draw. But then it's a lot to do with the movements of the players, with the dynamics of the players and the strategies. I think Shabab Alahli must be very aware of the attacking transitions of Al Nassr. Because Al Nassr tonight, with the likes of Jonatas, instead of Mahdi Gaidi, unfortunately, is not available. With the likes of Jonatas and even Mieres, they can quickly stretch up front and explore the space that eventually will be left in the back of the Shabab Alahli's defense. So the midfield will be, and this is common sense in football, will be critical to understand where the match is going. Shabab Alahli likes to dominate, to set the tempo and control the possession, but Al Nassr is playing home, and I don't think that they will allow that much as Shabab Alahli might be expecting.
Okay, let's see if the chaps are right. Let's try and glean a little bit more about the tactics of both managers and get their pre-match thoughts.
Okay, first of all, is for inform then Magdi and Touredon will be available for today game, and for our side, you have enough time for prepare Alahli game. It's one local derby here in Dubai. We play at home with intention for be positive, for looking for win the game. For another side is good team, experienced team with a lot of the individual quality, lot of the quality players on the squad. But we will arriving with intention for be positive and for looking for 3 points.
Special game, good derby. Two teams don't lost yet. Big improvement from Al Nassr from last year for this season. Relating in players, important players they had, experience, with good organization, with lots of discipline, a team looking always to be competitive in every match, strategically always good. For that it will be a fantastic game. Hopefully we can be ourselves, we can achieve the level of the potential of our players and from our team. I'm quite sure we go to build it up like we have been done already for 1 year, and also in this beginning of the season we go to have a good number of opportunities because we are a team thinking in attack to creating opportunities. We go to have it, and hopefully this time we could be more efficient, more than our opponent, to score more goals and to win the match.
Okay, a lot riding on this. Points and bragging rights in this Dubai derby. Remember, both of these sides haven't conceded yet in the league, and they haven't lost yet in the league as well. Let's cross straight over then to the Al Maktoum Stadium, where they are getting ready for kickoff. Your commentator for this one is Omar Al-Duri.
Let's see how they line up. Well, in goal, we've got Ahmed Mohamed Shambeh. A back four of Kostin Amzar, Gustavo Alex, Glauber, Lima, and Zayed Sultan. The three in the middle. Defensively, you've got Luka Milojevic and Musa Indai, Bernard Mensah, and then the three up top will be Kevin Andres Agudelo, Ramon Mires, and Jonatos Santos. Wow. Both captains in your picture in the coin toss with Mohamed Taqi, the referee. And of course, he will have his assistants, Andy Tant Mint, and VAR's Igor Junio de Oliveira. But Cartabia and Luka all set and raring to go. Let's see how Shabab Alahli line up. It's been consistent from Paulo Sousa. Mqbali in goal, Juan Silva, Renan Victor, Igor Gomes, and Mateus Enrique. We've got Saeed Izzatolahi, Gaston Suarez, Cartabia, and Yuri Suzar. And you've obviously got Guilherme da Silva Bala and Munas Dabour up front. Normally in that 4-4-2, it does change in and out of possession. And that's what Paulo Sousa will have ready for Slavica Jokanovic. Substitutes in your picture as well, with a certain Sada Azmoun there on the Shabab Alahli bench. Very hard to ignore, the star man from last year. And the coach of Al-Nassr will definitely have plans for Shabab Alahli. A very different looking side this year, Al-Nassr. But Paulo Sousa has set the bar high for coaches in the UAE. And he'll now have to be consistent in the manner in which he selects his team. Shabab Alahli in the red, the home team, Al-Nassr in the blue, kicking left to right. Massive game. Atmosphere incredible here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. One of the best I've commentated on this season, and it's people like that that keep the voice high. All rhythm on point. Love to see it. Mataki will have a big game today. And we kick off. Gomes. Direct ball over the top, looking for Cartabia. Yuri Cesar applying pressure straight away in the double up there. Quick throw in comes in. Yuri Cesar now on the cross. The cross comes into Munas Dabour. Munas Dabour, he's through. Munas Dabour, and a save there by Shambeh. 30 seconds gone, and already you feel the intensity here. Shabab Alahli not messing around. Naser now with possession. There's some space here. They've got behind the midfield. He's out to Agudelo and intercepted. Well, the boxing stance went out the window. Both teams going for it from the first minute. And given away now here to Cartabia. Yuri Cesar runs on the outside. Munas Dabour on the left. Guilherme da Silva on the left side, tries to beat his player. And well won. Great turn here by Agudelo. Agudelo with a great skill, and he drives through now. Agudelo, and wins the free kick, and that's an early one here, and a yellow card for Gaston Suarez. Wow. Minute and 30 gone. You've seen a yellow card, you've seen two attacks. You've seen intention by that man there. Straight away, as soon as he got on the wrong side of him, it was trouble for Gaston Suarez, and now he's got to be very careful with his discipline. Is Agudelo standing over the free kick here? Seven to aim for, 7 blue shirts. Agudelo with the free kick into the back post. Shabab Alahli deal with it. Kartabia flicks it on. And they reset. Bernard Mensah now just taking the ball out to the left side to allow the players to get back in shape and in position. And that's one of the things we've noticed about Naser so far this season. Composed, balance between the defensive half and the offensive half, and a lot in the creative phase as well. And here he comes driving forward now, plays out to the left side. Good piece of skill, good tackle, good challenge. Enrique comes back for the ball. And Shabab Alahli now keeping possession. Little slip and gives it away now. Mensah wins it back. Jonatas Santos. Again, it's only been 3 minutes and already both teams flexing their muscles early on. The winner does go top, joint with Al Ain. And momentum, especially after the last performance against Al Jazeera. Naser will have confidence. They can compete, can get a result against the big teams as well. Igor Gomes now out to the right side. Space here. Kartabia drops into the hole. Said. Gaston Suarez, those two will be very important in controlling the tempo and the rhythm of the game. Igor Gomes slips out, looking for Mateus Enrique on the far side. And Amzar in the right position, offensively and defensively. Very interesting to see how both fullbacks on opposite sides do for Naser and Shabab Alahli. Looking for that advantage. Yuri Cesar now asks for the free kick, but it's given as a goal kick. Interesting, Yuri Cesar coming onto the right side, trying to create a 2v1 with Kartabia against Amzar already very early on. We've seen him on both flanks. Yuri Cesar, clear intentions of how they want to target that man there, Amzar, in the final third. Agudelo thinks about the shot. Agudelo plays it through now to Jonatas. Jonatas Santos now with a cross straight into the arms. And Makbali, the best goalkeepers of last year, will have to be on top form today. The importance of those fullbacks on both sides will be very interesting. And here's one of them now, Mateus Enrique pointing. Kartabia runs into the space, goes back. Here's Renan Victor. Out to Kwan. And Silva. 2-on-1 there, straight away as soon as Said picks up the ball. Said does enjoy a goal against the Derby teams. Against Al Nassr he's grabbed 2, against Al Wasl he's grabbed 2. Super key both offensively and defensively for Shabab Alahli. Can he find any space in that compact midfield? Quick ball over the top. Here's Guilherme da Silva. Referee allowing play to continue. Agudelo challenges strong. Said up in the air. Kwan wins the ball. Zayed now. Naser trying to stay calm, and they break the line here now, and some space. He drives with the ball, he's got options on the left. Uses Jonatas Santos now. Lays it back. There's the captain, Cartabia, in defensive duty. One little 1-2 out. Very neat, as always. But again, very, very tight, especially when the transition happens. We know that Al Nassr do like the ball possession. They do like to hold on to the ball. Can they do something with it? And at the same time, we know that Shabab Alahli last year showed that transition is incredible, especially on the counter. So it's set up very well stylistically for both coaches. There's Cartabia and the challenge. It's a strong challenge by by Lima. A very strong challenge. Cartabia not happy. Gaston Suarez now, out to Kwan. Touch here. Cesar coming on to the left side now, as we're used to seeing him. Said, little 1-2, nice 1-2 with Enrique. Enrique, will he move forward? Look for Cartabia. He looks for Said. Said checks his shoulder, wins the free kick. And Ramon Ramirez just a little too keen here. Just a little nudge in the back there, wins the side a free kick. Santos now, Guilherme. Well won, and now Al Nassr with possession. Zayed Sultan moving forward. And it goes the other way. Renan Victor judged to have been fouled. Zayed Sultan just misjudging the touch around Renan Victor, and a little tangle there between the two. Instructions from the coach early on. He's seen something. Mustafa sets it back. Juan Santos. Little flick on. Cartabia goes out wide. There's Enrique now with some space. Resets, goes back. Igor Gomes to Renan Victor. Thread the line there. Mustafa asks his teammates to come up a little bit higher. Again, the rotation there with Yuri Cesar and Mustafa, the first two in that line of defense. Yuri Cesar now starts to close the line off for the keeper. Mustafa closes the next person. Long ball over the top. Duel won by Juan Santos. And those two now, Cartabia onto the ball. Checks onto that left foot. Starts to glide now, Cartabia has a strike! And that was close. A great strike once he got on his motor. Cartabia had one intention, and Chambe had to be sharp. See him here as he beats his man there. He takes a strike, the bounce doesn't favor the keeper, and he kept his eye on it just there. Good footwork to cover it. He just had it covered there. Milojevic there, just making sure he's tried to stay with Cartabia. But early signs and positive signs from the captain and Shabab Alahli. Yuri Cesar now. Gaston Suarez. Cartabia. Shabab Alahli starting to get into their rhythm. Great challenge, and it goes out to the left side, and here's a one-on-one. And Ramon Ramirez trying to keep on to the ball. The referee allows it to play on. And a free kick here. Atmosphere building here. Mateus Enrique to have been injured. Not sure if there was much intention here by Ramon Ramirez. He felt he should have had a foul. Was that retaliation? Just a bit of clumsiness there. Let's see him here. He tries to keep onto the ball, and then as he gets up here, and as Mateus Enrique, no, I think it's an accident. by Ramon Mires. Here's the challenge between him and Igor Gomes. Just a little bit of a kneel there behind him. Eyes on the ball, still trying to stay in control. As soon as it goes away from him, that's when him and Mateus Enrique clash just there as the ball goes back. But now Mekbali signals Shabab Alahli to move forward. The ball shifted to that right side. He's pointing where he wants to put it. There's the kick out. Monistabur challenges. Suarez, little flick on. Space for Yuri Cesar. Yuri Cesar with a strike. This time on his right foot. Again, quick touch. One touch play over the top. It goes lovely over Munistabur's head to Yuri Cesar. Sees the space to try and get it into the far corner. Mohamed Shambeh in control and comfortable as he sees it go over the bar. Front three rotate in such a way. Scott Jukanovic thinking about how he can have his defense organized, which is what it's been so far this season. Clean sheets for both teams. Won by Santos now. And fouled on Cartabia. You just got to control the discipline here. The one thing both teams don't want to do is be a man down early on in the game. Juan Santos tried to get through there. Santos, good skill. Tries to look for Yuri Cesar. Blocked out again by the captain, Milojevic. Very active fullback. Likes to overlap when he has the opportunity into the space. Also very good defensively. Here's Guilherme da Silva. Kwan with the header. Monistabur now gets it down. Finds a great pass. Nothing wrong with that. The referee lets it go on Suarez. You just see there in your picture, every decision counts for those two coaches. Every duel, every battle won here in the derby. Cartabia wins it back here. Cartabia finds Monistabur. Monistabur now to Yuri Cesar. Yuri Cesar, little chip over the top, cleared. And Renato Santos now with some very good footwork. Yuri Cesar to Renan Victor. Asks his fullback to go a little bit higher up. Guilherme da Silva now. Zayed Sultan to have a judge to have pushed him. Interesting, the movement of Guilherme da Silva in how he comes when he gets to the byline. Kwan stays where he is when he comes into the half spaces. Very interesting to see how Kwan then starts to move forward. And Zayed Sultan gives away the free kick there. Just over 15 minutes gone here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. The fans still in full voice. Wall. Guilherme da Silva now. Guilherme da Silva with some space here. He cuts back in, he shoots, but blocked by Gustavo Alex. Let's have a look at this again. Here's the ball over the top as he starts to come into that dangerous area. Chests it down. then checks onto that right foot. But the block there between Lima and Alex actually goes through both of them blocking the goal to stop that man from having a clear sight. 4 shots to nothing so far. Mensah. Zayed Sultan. Out to Agudelo. To Alex. To Lima. Here's Hamza. Good skill here, very tricky so far, keeps the ball in play, Santos. And Enrique comes out with it quite successfully. Shabab Alahli start to build up so far. Not a shot yet for Al Nassr. And here's Kwan now. Starts to come in field, Kwan. Looks for Guilherme. Munistabur starts to press Shambe. So far, Mohamed Taqi trying to let play go, let the rhythm of the play not get disrupted too much. Gaston Suarez has to be careful. Renan Victor. Juan Santos. That's going to be a very interesting battle between Juan Santos and Agudelo. Juan now. Beats his man. Intercepted. Zayed Sultan to Agudelo. Agudelo beats 1. Beats 2. Agudelo now starts to move with the ball. And runs into another player. Agudelo tries to go through. Mohamed Taqi says nothing wrong with that. And I think there's a head injury, so he will stop the play. Here it is again, as he starts. Just a collision there between him and Renan Victor. Very tricky play, Agudelo there. Once he gets it onto his left foot, can go both ways, left and right of the defender. Beat 2 players and then ran into Renan Victor. They both seem okay. That's so far evidence of where he's been, Agudelo, and how many touches he's had so far. What a great atmosphere here. Some worried faces there in the stands, keeping an eye out on the top encounter in the derby. Renan Victor's fine. And Maqbali resumes play. Suarez. Cartabia. Out to Guilherme da Silva now. Kwan. Gives the ball away again. But 1 back. Looking at the probability so far. Ball possession is one thing, but the shots on target versus the shots in general is another. Kwan now. Agudelo. Guilherme da Silva tries to roll his defender. Ball goes out. That man's been very busy so far. Well played, Sendai. Lima goes out to Amzar. Amzar now. It's almost calmed down in terms of the tempo of how it started. Both teams just trying to set traps for the other. Cartabia leads the press now on Lima. And Lima clears. Enrique, Lima. Cross comes in. Munis Dabur intercepts. Said. Guilherme da Silva now. Guilherme to Yuri Santos now. It's in! Oh, it's gone wide. And Munis Dabur knows it's an opportunity, and so does he. Watch the overlap here. As Guilherme checks onto that right foot, Yuri Cesar goes on the overlap there. He's onside, plays it across. It's a great ball. And Munis Dabur probably didn't know how much time he had. Hits it first time, trying to catch Shambeh off guard. Zayed Sultan. Agudelo. Well played. And Renan Victor takes the sting out of the game now. Suarez. Igor Gomes. Plenty of space here for Mateus Enrique. Goes for a first-time cross, and it goes out for a goal kick. Chip ball, Mensah. Mensah comes out with the ball. Powerful running here by Mensah. Mensah still on the ball. And Mensah pointing at the free kick there. And the referee has signaled for the other way. As a throw-in. Some powerful running, but that's right. Renan Victor hits it off. Bernard Mensah. Renan Victor looks for Kwan, goes out for a throw-in. And Kwan throws the ball on the field and gets a yellow card. A tactic just to slow it down there by Kwan Santos. But now he's got to be careful, especially against the likes of Agudelo. Let's have a look at this again. Yeah, just throws it on just before the throw-in. Obviously, play has to be stopped. Zayed Sultan with a nutmeg. Munis Dabur now. Guilherme da Silva. Yuri Cesar just ahead of him. Yuri Cesar now. Yuri Cesar finds Munis Dabur! And that's another great chance for Shabab Alahli. Good football. Here's Guilherme da Silva, finds Yuri Cesar. You see him at the back post there. Munis Dabur, he's got time. And he opts to go for it for the first time hit. Going across the goal there, tries to find the closest post to him. And he scored plenty of goals to know that's a huge opportunity for a man of that caliber. Juan Santos now on the ball. Renan Victor. Igor Gomes. To Enrique. Cartabia. That man again. Mensah has broken up play well when needed to. It looks like they will have a cooling break. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, players coming over for a cooling break here. And both coaches with an opportunity to speak to their players after the first 27 minutes gone here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. Wow. What a contest so far. Cartabia, with his usual performance and trying to influence and be the game changer, be the person that creates something, the moment of brilliance. His strike early on, as he started to glide, past Milojevic in that manner. Naser have had a lot of the play starting from the back, as you see with the amount of passes by Glauber, Siqueira Lima and Gustavo Alex. And they've been very solid. And there in your picture, recognizable face speaking to Al-Makhbali, Manuel Almunia, former Arsenal player, just speaking to his goalkeeper there in what he's seen so far. And we resume play. Brilliant. And play is resumed. Naser on the ball. Again, yet to have a shot on target on Naser. Very much calm and composed. Renan Victor now. Gaston Suarez. Guilherme tightly marked. Kwan now starting to venture forward to Guilherme. Wins the ball with a great flick now. Here's Yuri Cesar trying to get onto it. Gaston Suarez wins it back. Renan Victor now. Shabab Alahli in possession. Cartabia on the far right, free. And Renan Victor looks to find him. Controlled beautifully by Cartabia. Cartabia now goes onto the right side. He's gone through now. He's crossed it in. Cleared. And Mensah to come away with the ball in a free kick one for Naser. Still not much done in the offensive third. You see the wall of blue shirts there in the areas they're trying to protect. Agudelo. Zayed Sultan. Zayed Sultan goes back to his keeper. Shambeh. Here's Lima. Hamza. Jonathan Santos. Jonathan Santos finds the ball forward here, and there's some space here. The cross comes in and it's cleared out for a corner. Just the way the ball broke there, it's a big chance to get that delivery in for that first strike on goal. But Shabab Alahli defensively sound so far after 30 minutes here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. Hamza in a very advanced position. Every red shirt in the box here, defending this corner. Agudelo will take it, and it'll be an out swinger. Every red shirt defending for Shabab Alahli. And Naser with the opportunity here from a set piece. Can they deliver? Cross comes in by Agudelo. There's the header. Saved by Al-Maqbali. Maqbali takes his time. Igor Gomes to Enrique. Cartabia. Back to Enrique. Yuri Cesar now. Yuri Cesar with a nutmeg. Comes towards the goal. Yuri Cesar. Yuri Cesar with the strike. And here's Saeed. Saeed to Guilherme. Guilherme de Silva. Now Saeed. And cleared off him, and it's a goal kick. Well defended by Zayed Sultan. Very good defending. And Yuri Cesar with another opportunity. Great piece of skill here. Right through the legs. Beats his player. And then starts to move forward. Little step over, a little bit of skill. Just gets defended and delayed away from the goal. Here's the nutmeg again. Cesar really does cover the grass for Shabab Alahli. Plays on the right, plays on the left, doubles up to create 2v1. Igor Gomes clears. Cartabia flicks it on. Munis Dabour heads it. And left out for a throw-in for Al-Nassr. 34 minutes gone here. Is Alex. Agudelo now. Agudelo looks for Zayed Sultan. Zayed Sultan now. Well defended by Shabab Alahli. Guilherme de Silva now with its opportunity to keep the ball. He goes to Renan Victor. Renan Victor goes long. And our opportunity for more possession for Al-Nassr. Santos goes back to Amzar. Clipped over the top. But Lima not happy. Amzar with the throw-in on the far side. 35 minutes gone here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. 0-0 so far. Gustavo Alex. Naser keeping possession. Nojovic now starts to move forward. Looks over to the left side. Amzar's in some space. Just struggling to control it there. Yuri Cesar trying to win the ball back. And a throw-in for Shabab Alahli. Shabab Alahli, twice as many wins at the Al Maktoum Stadium in the Pro League. 8 versus 4. They'll look to try and make it 9 here. Cartabia, furious. And that man sets the standard. The control, the touch, and the awareness. It's what makes him one of those that creates incredible chances for Shabab Alahli. 19 touches here so far. Renan Victor. Carlos Sosa instructing his players to move forward into the spaces. Guilherme Silva challenged strongly there by Zayed Sultan and blocked as well and asked to go back. Hamad Taqi trying to control the game here so it doesn't get out of hand. Agudelo now. Agudelo with some great skill. The referee says play on. Be careful, Gaston Suarez. Guilherme da Silva now. Guilherme da Silva kicks the ball out. The referee just coming over here to check on Agudelo. Let's have a look at this. And here's the action. Gaston Suarez comes to check. Just has a word or two with the physio. So far, those stats, ball possession, Al Nassr might feel like a bit more from Al Nassr. But Shabab Alahli controlling the ball more. And that's something that I think they will learn from Al Nassr, and normally liking the idea of keeping the ball more, controlling the tempo, controlling the pace. But they're up against the champions here. He's not happy, Jokanovic. He's not happy with some of the decisions, and he's spoken to the referee and he's spoken to the linesman about so far a few things he does not agree with. And Al Nassr give the ball back to Shabab Alahli, and we resume. Agudelo back on the field, he's fine. Igor Gomes now. The concentration levels key for these two teams, and the discipline even more. Guilherme da Silva offside. Zayed Sultan now comes into the half space, goes forward to Agudelo, hits it in front of him. Agudelo now. Agudelo in a dangerous position. He's on that left foot, comes onto the right side. Agudelo now! Big chance for Al Nassr. And that demonstrates the trickery and the skill from Agudelo. Let's have a look at this again. Just showing you can go both sides, chops back onto the right. And then just a touch from Al Maqbali, pushes it away from Santos. What an opportunity. Great skill there. And does look to square it to Santos. Cartabia now with the ball. Guilherme da Silva. One-on-one with Sultan. Cartabia trying to get onto the ball. Yuri Cesar gets up. Agudelo. Juan Santos throws it in. Yuri Cesar. Guilherme. Said. To Enrique. Enrique on the far side. Wins his side, the throw-in. And Santos showing his defensive capabilities here. Shabab Alahli with a throw-in on the far side. Kartabia. Enrique. And free kick to have been illegal by Bernard Mensah. Let's have a look at this again. Just takes away the legs there as he drags it back. Has to go through the player to win the ball. And Mateus Enrique feeling that. So free kick on the far side to Shabab Alahli. Huge opportunity. Free kick to Shabab Alahli. Here's Kartabia now. Kartabia with a free kick. Little flick on, there's a header. It comes out to Saeed. Oh, what an opportunity. It looked like it was going to be his 9th goal in the derbies in the Pro League. There's the cross. It ricochets and it falls to him, and the block celebrated. And now, Naser with Mensah start to come forward. And a free kick given or won by Mensah. Yuri Cesar stopping the play here. Just a tangle of legs there. We've seen Bernard Mensah come out with the ball and dribble through the lines when a pass isn't on, and that was another one of those. Here's Alex now. Agudelo. Back to Gustavo Alex. Milojevic. Lima. Amzar. Naser now. On the ball. Here's Alex, Gustavo Alex now. Agudelo. Agudelo tries to thread the ball through. One back, Zayed Sultan now with a cross. Cleared by Igor Gomes. Milojevic. Alex. Zayed Sultan. Shabab Alahli now with Kartabia. To Yuri Cesar. And one there strongly by Moussa Ndiaye. 3 minutes of added on time, and Moussa Ndiaye tells him how he feels. Here's the clash of legs. That could be a sore one. That man with an incredible block. When the opportunity fell to Saeed, there, watch the celebrations. Defenders who love to defend. It ricochets and it falls to Saeed, and he had the time and it bounced lovely for him. But bodies in the way. And there they are celebrating. And Shambeh with a big smile as his goal was protected well. Couple more minutes left here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. There's that clap. Let's have a look here, just in terms of where the attacks are coming from. It's evident that left side has been the target. Brilliant. You'd love to see that. Contrasting feeling so far. Shabab Alahli want more. And they feel maybe with the possession and the shots they've had so far, they should be ahead. Al Nassr hanging in there and making it as difficult as possible for them to break down. Over a minute left here to play from extra time. Amzar with the ball on the left side. Santos an option, doesn't go with him. Here's Mensah. Lima, Alex. Gustavo Alex now. Asking for options. Agudelo. Agudelo with the low center of gravity there as he starts to dribble through. Very, very good on the ball. Amzar now looks to cross. And clears it out, and it goes out for a goal kick. Cartabia just having a word with Yuri Cesar there in terms of how to hurt the opposition. Maqbali. Superstars on show here at the ADNOC Pro League. Big, big names. And there it is, it's half-time here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. The captain goes over to the referee, Hamad Taqi, Cartabi having a word with him, and so is Luka Milojevic as well, both speaking to the referee, both not happy. But it's 0-0 here so far at the Al Maktoum Stadium, and you see Breno there warming up. It's Al Nassr 0, Shabab Alahli 0.
Well, no goals at half-time in the Dubai derby between Al Nassr and Shabab Alahli, but you can see why they are level on points, why they have the same record in the league so far this season, and why neither of them have conceded a goal this league season as well. It's just equal, cancelling each other out. But Pedro as well, they both had their chances. Mounas de Boer could say he's a bit upset he hasn't scored 2 goals already in the first half, and Al Nassr have had a go as well. There's been some saves on either side, so it's one of those entertaining goalless draws at half-time.
Entertaining, I think it's the right word, Graham. Shabab Alahli 3 times, 2 by Mounas de Boer, and now 1 close to the end by Said Ezzat Alahli. Was very close to break the deadlock. Al Nassr had also a couple of approaches. Has been both teams are respecting each other a lot. It's not that it's a defensive game at all, because we are having opportunities, we are having approaches, but teams are respecting each other quite a lot. I feel like from the strategical point of view, the game is packed with interest. And but mostly it has been played on the left side of Shabab Alahli and right side of Al Nassr. Both teams are activating those flanks, and the players are colliding there. Coming into the second half, I think Shabab Alahli must be careful with the left back, because as Omar said during the commentary, the left back is going up against Agudelo. Al Nassr keeps activating Agudelo on their right-hand side. So Shabab Alahli's left back has been booked. They need to be careful with that.
I was going to say a couple of bookings for Shabab Alahli, a very early one as well for Suarez. That's going to come into play later in the game. Ibrahim, this is kind of what you were saying was going to happen before kickoff. You must be pleased to see Al Nassr still going on the offensive like you hoped they would.
Very balanced first half, but I saw more offensive action from Shabab Alahli. They're not holding back. They're trying to go forward, as Pedro mentioned. You can see a lot of offensive action from the left wing through Yuri, or sometimes also Bala. And of course, sometimes Cartabia drop into the midfield to try to put the through balls. And from a Nassr side, we can see more action from Agudelo. He's taking the risk, he's provoking. And as Pedro mentioned, it's very important for the left back to be careful, because if he get another card, he can cost Shabab Alahli. And I was expecting that for the first half, and I'm sure, I believe in the second half we will see more action. Very, very balanced game from both sides. Both teams are tactically in the right place. And of course, the score will be 0-0. But I would like to talk about Dabour. there's some chances don't miss, because if you keep missing this kind of derbies, it can cost later. So very satisfied with the first half, and I'm sure second half will be much better.
There's a couple of chances for De Boer. It's unlike him, isn't it? He didn't even hit the target with both of them. Great positions, not really challenged on either of them as well. He'll be more angry than anybody else at half-time, won't he? Because it's very unlike him.
For sure. On the other hand, the movements are quite perfect, because he gets himself in a position where he can be found by his teammates, and at the same time he has a clear-cut chance to score. It's just missing on the finishing. That is, of course, always very important, mostly for a striker like he is. But it's a match where anything can happen. And I think coming into the second half, still the individualities, mostly Agudelo on the Al Nassr side, Bala and also Cartabia. Yuri Cesar also had interesting initiatives during the first half. Can get the match for one of the sides. And the set pieces, Shabab Alahli was close to score, close to the end of the first half. Can be also an important moment as we progress through the second half.
Defensively, Al Nassr have looked pretty good, haven't they? You can see the teamwork as well and the solidarity when they do defend a possibly dangerous position. You can see them high-fiving each other, and there is real strength and spirit in that back line for Al Nassr. What are you seeing in this defence?
Yeah, you can see that Coach Jukanovic, he did a great work there. There is the discipline. You can see between the players the compatibility, they understand each other, the organization, they play in block. And then when they receive the ball, they have this great ball possession. So, but one thing I would like to highlight is that the ball possession is there, is visible, because Agudelo is trying on the left flank, and also Jonatas also on the right flank. But Mirez not receiving enough balls. As a type of striker like him, he needs to receive more balls to be able to score. And that's not happening. It's good, the ball possession, but you need to be able to reach the front line and finish the action. At the other hand, in Shabab Alahli, they're doing that because they go very quick with the fast balls to try to reach the front and then finish the action. Only they were not efficient through a double. He missed 2 chances, but if they continue like this, El Nassr might take a goal. But you can see the effort on this Piero, for example. You can see Bala constantly, every time in the box. If it's not Bala, it's Yuri Cesar. If it's not Yuri, it's Dabur. And is a Toy, he always come as a second midfield, always to support the attack. And the combination they're doing even in the box is great.
This was a great move, Bala to Cesar, and De Boer just finding that little pocket of space in there. That's one of the ones he'll be feeling he should have scored. But earlier on in that move, we were looking at Al Nassr and their positioning. They're quite spread out, aren't they? They're very organised, but they're not compact. They're leaving space, but they obviously feel confident they can close that space down.
Yeah, because sometimes in the build-up, usually the teams try to stretch as much as they can on the pitch to find the spaces in between the lines, etc. And in that case, Shabab Alahli was applying a very good pressure, because it was not just about the high pressure, at the same time an organized pressure. Al Nassr here is involving lots of players in the build-up, and then they managed to come back to the right-hand side, as I was saying, because also the right-back, Zayed, is very offensive. The problem is he has to be worried about Guilherme Bala, because if he just makes his run up front and he leaves Guilherme Bala on his back, he might be punished for that. So it's again, a very balanced game also from the tactical point of view. I think on the Al Nassr side, Luka, again, number 19, the captain, a former Shabab Alahli player, is emerging to be a key player strategically, because he's holding the midfield. He's also providing safety for the central defenders for the short build-up from the back, because even though Shabab Alahli has most of the possession, Al Nassr is not shying away from the match at all.
We talked about Agudelo, who's obviously been very impressive in the first 45 minutes for Al Nassr. For Shabab Alahli, who stood out for you? Cartabia is often the one who gets, quite rightly, a lot of the spotlight shining on him. He's such a skillful player. He's had a couple of efforts himself. Who else really are you looking to see more from in the second half?
I like the type of player like him. His style and the way he's not scared to take the ball and try to make the difference. He has a bit similar quality like Cartebia. They sometimes open on the wing, on the left side, then later come into the midfield to receive the ball and try to, or to feed the offensive line, or to go with the ball. And sometimes it works well. But today I see that they don't want to give him enough space. Every time that he gets the ball, they try to stop him. Because if you give him that space, he can make the difference. But I would like to highlight also, as Pedro just said, from El Nassr side, you have Luka and India, who are controlling the midfield of El Nassr. They're putting that balance there. And also in Shabab Alahli, Gaston Suarez and Ezalatoy, they're really doing a great job from both sides. So tactically, they're both doing well. And I believe in the second half, maybe if from Shabab Alahli side, I see more offensive action, and they keep pushing. And of course, if El Nassr, they have to be careful because they can take a goal. Once they will take a goal, it might change the dynamic of the game.
At the moment, it looks like it's going to be tight, maybe 1-2 goals. Obviously, it could explode wide open. There is also the prospect that Sardar Azmoun may well, or almost definitely, will be entering the game today. How does that change both for Shabab Alahli's approach, but also Al Nassr's defence?
Depends on how is the score once he comes in, if he actually comes in. But honestly, mostly I would be looking at the substitute list. I would substitute the left back, Kawan, for Riquelme. He's also a left back, just for the fact that he has a yellow card and he's going up against Agudelo. I would make that change right from the beginning of the second half. Aside from that, all the other players, of course, Sardar is always a great asset, but also Hareb Sohail and Yahya Al Ghassani can add something different in terms of more verticality, less so, because as we spoke of here, Shabab Alahli is usually a very narrow team that likes to explore the inner space, those 1-2s, those connections. With Hareb and Yahya, eventually they can go a little bit wider and more vertical also in the attack. Options on Paulo Sousa's side. Also the midfielders, either Bureno, number 80, or number 88, Maximovic, instead of Gaston Suarez, again for the same reason, because he has a yellow card and it's dangerous for Shabab Alahli.
And looking at Al Nassr, Ibrahim, you've got Marwan Zarkan. He's probably someone, when he's fit, he can create magic on his own. He's very similar that way to the likes of Cartebia and Agudelo, isn't he?
Yes, I wanted to talk about him. Of course, he has the quality that he can bring it into El Nassr to push the team. And I think him coming in the second half might boost the offensive line of El Nassr. And probably maybe also Abdallah Idris, I think on the left wing, very athletic and a very strong player on the left side. I think also offensively he can do well. He has a great technique also to push. And why not Mohamed Abdel Basset? If they see between Luka and India, somebody might get tired to change, and because he can control the midfield. He has that quality. He can run a lot. So I think these three players for El Nassr might be make a change in the second half.
How important do you think are these stats? The stats that we've been talking about all night, about haven't conceded in the league, haven't lost in the league so far. They know that Al Ain and Al Wada still haven't been beaten in the league so far. How important are these things compared to the Dubai Derby, bragging all the different aspects of tonight's game?
You know that on one hand, I'm a fan of stats, but as a complementary way to explain the game. Because I still believe that the game is very simple. And of course, the main stat is who scored more than the other team. That is always the main statistic. These statistics are interesting to observe the game from different dimensions. The possession is interesting to know who has most of the control. But again, even if a team has 80% of the possession and the other team scores, in the end, the winner is the team who scores the most of the goals.
Because if you take last season, Shabab Alahli, they almost went unbeaten all season, just that one defeat to Al Wasl. It doesn't damage the league win at all, does it? But they would still like it.
Of course, because it would be a record, Graham. But I think by the end of the day, winning the league is the most important thing. And in comparison with last season, we have a different landscape, in my opinion, for better this season in the ADNOC Pro League. The likes of Warda, Jazeera now with a new coach, maybe we'll have a better Jazeera. Naser is looking better.
Yeah.
Al Wasl is looking stronger than last season. And even Al Ain is flying as we speak, the top of the table. Sharjah also brought some interesting players. So it's a different landscape from last season. We'll have a more competitive season, I believe.
We have two teams also. Like Shabab Alahli is defending his title. And Al Naser trying to give a signal that we are looking for that title too. So that's why we're seeing two great teams who are trying their best to Shabab Alahli want to, okay, I will keep the title. I'm the one, I'm the leader. And last year, they won 4 cups. They did a great result. And Paulo Sousa, he knows that. But last game in the Champions League, the fans, they're expecting a bit more from Shabab Alahli. So I feel like they have that slight pressure that making them, because they did well actually in the first half. We saw a lot of offensive action. So probably in the second half, they will try to give more, maybe to try to get the 3 points.
Seeing some great shots of the fans there, the Al Maktoum Stadium. Pedro, you and I have been to that stadium many, many times. When it's full and the atmosphere's busy in there with the way that the stadium is shaped, it's a terrific atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a beautiful stadium, very comfortable, very well located in the middle of Dubai, in the heart of Dubai. And it's perfect for a Dubai derby. Picking up on Ibrahim's words about Shabab Alahli's season. Last season, not only the competitions they have won, but they competed almost until the end in every competition, with the exception of the AFC Champions League 2, where they were knocked out precisely by Sharjah, who in the end won the competition in the quarterfinals. Aside from that, it was the earliest they left the competition. Every other competition, they competed all the way until the end. So it was a great season, and of course that sets the bar very high for Shabab Alahli. But on the other hand, Shabab Alahli is traditionally one of the biggest clubs in the country. So of course they need to be able to handle that pressure. I don't think that is a bad pressure. It is good to be ambitious, but at the same time, you cannot win every time. You need to be aware of that.
And let's not forget, like you say, they're defending their league title this season. They haven't been beaten. They drew their first game in the Asian Champions League Elite. So, you know, it's a great start to the season for Paulo Sousa. I want to turn to Al Naser for a little bit though, Ibrahim. From what you've seen so far this season, are we talking about them as title contenders this season?
Yeah, you can see that great work was done by the coach. I see an Naser that is very well organized. They started the league very well. They have 7 points now, and they know how important it is for them to win that game, because they could be on the top with Al Ain there. So I'm sure second half they will come with more efficiency and try to give their best to try to get the 3 points.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. As you can see, they are back out on the pitch at the Al Maktoum Stadium. We will be here with all the reaction, and Amy Gillingham get the interviews after the full-time whistle. But let's go back to Omar Al-Duri.
And who will act at the Al Maktoum Stadium? Al Naser kicking off from right to left in all blue, and Shabab Alahli in the obvious red. Quick throw here. Lofted up to the back post. Very calm back one. Finds Kartabi as captain. His captain hits it out to the left side to Yuri Cesar and Guilherme. They're both trying to win the ball. Zayed Sultan comes out with it. Agudelo had an eventful first half. Beats his play, Agudelo here. Sets it out. And a big chance for Bernard Mensah. He's been terrific and he's enjoying himself out there. Agudelo. Again, with the trickery. Sets it out. But he's leaning back, Mensah, as he hits it over the bar. Ramon Mires will look to be more active in the second half. A quiet half by his standards. Agudelo smashes the ball. And Saeed with a strong challenge there as well. It's well up for it, Saeed. Chipped out to Amzar. Amzar on the chest. Kartabia straight onto his first touch. Both coaches feel like they're kicking every ball. Challenging the back of Saeed there. Again, I think accidental. Both players trying to win the ball. Here's Ndai and Saeed again. Just challenging for a ball there. Seems like Ndai feeling it a bit more. Just getting brought back onto his feet. Enrique. Kartabia. Enrique. Munas Dabur. Saeed trying to get it out of his feet. Yuri Cesar here to put some pressure. Munas Dabur just protecting the ball. Kartabia wins the throw, takes it quickly. Munas Dabur now sets it back and it goes out for a corner. Yonatos Santos there defending. We've seen his trickery in the advanced positions. In swinger coming in from Kartabia, just below us here. Kartabia takes the corner. Good save. Very good save. Shabab had to be on his toes there. Let's have a look at this again. Here's the corner, it comes towards the goal. And with the distraction of Yuri Cesar just coming in front of the keeper, keeper had to keep his eyes on the ball. And he did well. Plays with a smile on his face, Shabab. Ahmed Mohammed enjoying himself out there. This time an outswinger for Kartabia with his left foot. Kisses the ball, places it on the spot. Starts to scan and see who's available. Kartabia with the corner, takes the cross, cleared out. Here's Santos, he's Agudelo. Agudelo looks to clear it, comes back into the box. And cleared. Naser not able to bring that down. Guilherme Silva, Munas Dabur out on the far side. Guilherme Silva fouled and gets the yellow card. The captain, Luca, experienced central midfielder there, gets a yellow card for fouling. And again, they've got to be careful here. The discipline is key there. He just pulls down Guilherme Silva. And so far, those yellow cards, will they be costly in this game? Kartabia onto the set piece here. Plenty to aim for in the box. Coupling at the back post. Kartabia with the cross. Yuri Cesar peels off to the back post now. Cross comes in with his left foot, cleared by the captain. Kartabia. And here's Santos now, tries to put on the burners. Akwan is there to defend. Throw in retaken from the position. Ensa. Luca. Comes out to Amzar. Amzar to Santos. Santos pulled out quite wide, but 4-1 back. Good idea. And now it goes to Naser. And Slavisa Janovic holds on to the ball. saying it's my ball. Hamza goes back to Lima. Lima looking for a switch over to Agudelo there. Almost, and he acknowledges Agudelo. It's a good idea. He says he wants that again. Makhbali, aware of the danger. And you feel that a spark or a moment of magic will come from one of these players. Will it be Cartabia? Will it be Agudelo? Will it be Guilherme da Silva? Munistabur wants the ball. Always a target man. Clearance, and there's a challenge there by Yonatas Santos. Lima plays it back to his keeper now. Agudelo sets it. Ndai in control. Agudelo. Very good skill by Agudelo. Ndai to Mires. Big switch out to the left side. Santos here with some space. He's got Amzar moving in ahead of him. Chance here, strike! Good save. Great save by Makhbali. Agudelo with a cross, it's another opportunity. But it just seemed to set very nicely for Mensah. What a chance. What a strike here. Hit it clean. The keeper had his eyes on it. Long ball over the top to Yuri Cesar. Cartabia here. When he go left, he goes right. Very good skill here. It's a chance. It's a big chance for Guilherme da Silva. Beautiful chance created for Shabab Alahli. And you wonder which one of these will go in. Shambeh now tells his players to move forward. Coming over to this left side as they shuffle over. Shambeh with the goal kick. Enrique with the throw on this near side. Throw into Naser. Clash of legs there. Oh, there. Just see that Saeed just trembling over to the Achilles. And there's another challenge. This one's a bit of a higher one now by Mensah. He's speaking to the linesman. The referee is behind him, Mohamed Taqi, and shows him a yellow card. Mensah there. Another yellow card in this game. He's got to be careful here. Yeah, just shows the studs. Munis Dabour and Paulo Sousa asking for that. Mohamed Taqi shows the yellow card to Bernard Mensah. It's a free kick here. Cartabia standing over it. Here it comes. Maksimovic, substitute, just there in your picture. Cartabia stands over it. Here comes the free kick. It's a cross to the back post, and it's too long for Yuri Cesar. Just coming up to the hour mark here. He apologizes, the captain. And another substitution here. Idris and Azar Khan. And Hamzar looks like he'll be coming off. And there's confirmation there. Abdullah Idris coming on for Hamzar. And Marwan Azarkan coming on for Santos. Coming up to the hour mark here. Both teams testing the other out. Strong header there. Ailima. Tabia just leaving the ball behind for a throw-in. Munis Dabour hits it up to Yuri Cesar. Yuri Cesar tries to get it under control. Lima in the way, strong defending, and just a little nudge there just to remind him. An hour gone here at the Al Maktoum Stadium, still 0-0. Both teams preserving that clean sheet record till now. Who's going to break the deadlock? Maksimovic flicks it on. It's a beautiful flick here. Yuri Cesar, but well read by Gustavo Alex. Had his hands behind his back just in case that ricocheted towards him. Watch this piece of skill to keep it on, and almost had everyone by surprise. Maksimovic there coming on for Gaston Suarez after the yellow card in the first half. But Cartabia here with the corner. It's an in-swinger. He takes the corner. It comes to the back post, and it's too long again for Shabab Alahli. And here Gomez shows his frustration with his captain. Shabab Alahli smelling blood here. Bernard Mensah is back on his feet and he's fine. Shambeh just assessing what he's going to do. Gives it to Alex. It's Sultan. Guilherme da Silva touches to Munis Dabour. Munis Dabour to Yuri Cesar. Yuri Cesar on the ball. Here's Moussa Ndiaye now. Moussa Ndiaye starts to carry the ball. Agudelo asks for it. A little slip there by Juan Santos, but recovered very well. I've got a bit of cramp there as well. Maksimovic mopping up. Renan Victor to Guilherme da Silva. Zahid Sultan. Vavic. Lima. To Idris, the substitute. Abdallah Idris now. Munis Dabour. Yuri Cesar. Tries to find Maksimovic. Jambek comes out with the ball, clears, goes long. Steps in now. Agudalo's got some space here on the far side. Agudalo starts to move towards the goal. He goes past his player. Tries to get it back on that left foot and just loses control. And he knows it. It's a chance. Hasn't seen that kind of space the whole game. And Renan Victor just delayed. And look at the celebrations. Just taking his time over this goal kick. Munis Dabour the target. Flicked on. Yuri Cesar. Up very high, Yuri Cesar. And Agudalo's got some space here. Renan Victor telling him to get up. Cartabia. Maksimovic. Cartabia. Dabour. Cartabia out to Juan. Offensively, been a lot more disciplined than normal. Juan, aware of the threat on that side by Agudalo. And Victor chips it to Juan. Zahid Sultan comes out to meet him. Juan tries to beat his player. Juan, cross! Big chance. Tejas Enrique. Igor Gomes. Tejas Enrique now. Cartabia. Renan Victor starts to come forward. Goes out to Enrique. Saeed. Shabab Alahli with the possession and the control. Here's a pass. There's space here for Guilherme da Silva. There's space here for Yuri Cesar now. Controlled lovely by Saeed. Looks for the cross. It's a good cross. It's cleared by Zahid Sultan. Well defended. Big difference since he's come on. And another substitution, Riquelme coming on for Shabab Alahli. It's Juan. We saw him with a little bit of cramp. Juan Santos. And Riquelme Walker coming on for him. With a kiss of the ball. In swinger coming. Cross comes in here. It's a good cross. It's a header. Just over the bar. Shabab Alahli want a corner, and Munis Dabour trying to show. Look at this header here. Who got the last touch? Let's have a look closely. Yeah, it seemed like it did hit. Let's have a look again. Yes, the captain, Luca, has a look there, but it's a goal kick. And Naser now. Checked out. The energy from Maximovic is infectious for his teammates here. It's a good substitution by Paulo Sousa. Chambe clears downfield. Cartabia with the header. Yuri Cesar, is he offside? No, he's not. Unis the ball. Cartabia starts to move forward. Well read by Zayed Sultan. Cleared out. It's a good ball to Saeed. Saeed to Cartabia. Cartabia with the cross. Yuri Cesar sets it. Good clearance. And Agudelo now on the far side, up against Renan Victor. Agudelo beats one player. And looks for the return. Just not able to get that back. And there's the star man, Sada, warming up. Surely it's just a matter of time since we see his introduction. The star man from last season, watching on. Idris. Little nutmeg on Yuri Cesar, and he knows it. Yuri has good link-up play now. Here's Mensah with some space. Cartabia. Yuri Cesar, great control. Asking for a free kick. Luca now. Mensah, little chip over behind. Here's Azarkan. Azarkan with the cross. Shot. Zayed Sultan looking at that. Alex defended very well here. And it's Agudelo. Agudelo now with an opportunity. Agudelo shoots. Blocked. Maximovic to Guilherme da Silva. Maximovic again. Saeed. Cartabia now. Goes out to Yuri Cesar. Good pass in now. Saeed starts to advance with the ball. It's an overlap on the left side here. Unis Dabur comes towards the box, has a shot. It's a good save. Held onto it as well, Shambe. Be a matter of time till we see the substitution there. It's been something on the far side, just an injury. Here's the strike. Let's see what he's trying to do, aiming for that far corner. I think it's a cooling break as well. All the players coming just below us here. Has the attention, just giving the players some opportunity to hydrate. There's the fans looking on. You wouldn't believe it's a 0-0 here. There's Sadat, the fans love him. What a star player. Players just finding their feet here, just looking at the possession. 45% for Al Nassr. And with the substitutions now, just looking to see who is going to come out on top in this game. Players called back on again. You see there in your picture, Gustavo Alex, who's been very consistent this season. So Al Nassr with more shots, but nothing to show for it on the scoreline as it's 0-0 here. Those fans got their eyes on the game, and you see the passion in the stadium from a young age, and it reflects. Look at them there in the background. It's fantastic. And it looks like we're about to see Sada Azmoun come on the pitch. And Nassr resume. 73 minutes on the clock here. Cartabia, Guilherme, Maximovic tries to pass on. There's a chance. Here's a strike. Oh, what an opportunity. Yuri Cesar hit it first time. He was almost confident it was going to nestle in that bottom right-hand corner. And Shambek watches on. Let's have a look at this again. Great side foot, controlled, low. He sees it. Inches away from the post. What a chance. Yeah, he was almost wheeling away to celebrate there, Yuri Cesar. He's seen that go in. It's on the ball again now to Guilherme. Sendai and Guilherme clashing there. He's had some treatment. There's the hand in the chest. Mohamed Taqi here, trying to calm the situation down. Doesn't want to hear enough of it. And you hear the Shabab Alahli fans clapping, and we know why. Sada Azmoun. Yuri Cesar with the free kick, cleared. Comes out to Guilherme. Chips it to Cartabia, beautiful pass. Here's a cross across the box and cleared by Lima. There's a little nudge on the back, eyes on the ball, but arm on the back, and Cartabia's asking for more, but it's just a throw in here. Chance here, forced to Mrstapur to Maximovic. Yuri Cesar now. Yuri Cesar with a strike, goes wide. And Yuri Cesar will be the man to come off. It's been terrific so far, but that man there, the star boy, Sada Azmoun. Cesar frustrated. could have been easily on the score sheet here, but Shabab Alahli fans full of voice here. Mensah. Shabab Alahli win the throw. Kartabia takes it. Munistabur. Shabab Alahli going for it now. Luka. Agudelo, that's a strong challenge, and that looks like it's going to be a yellow card for Igor Gomes. That's a strong challenge on Agudelo. He was not going to pass. There it is. That's the yellow card from behind there on Agudelo. "78 minutes gone here. Free kick to Al Nassr. Agudelo on the ball. Agudelo takes the free kick. Kartabia now tries to get past Agudelo, and he might see a yellow card himself here. A tactical foul by Agudelo, which stops play. Shabab Alahli controlling the tempo and the rhythm of the game. It's what Al Nassr do when they get the ball, which is super key. Here's Sardar now. Luka out to Mensah. Mensah looking for Agudelo. It falls to Agudelo. Agudelo here with an opportunity. Agudelo finds a pass to Mensah. What a chance! That was the chance. With all that possession that Shabab Alahli had, that was an opportunity. And you see Makhbali take the goal kick straight away. There's an attack here below us. Here's how it fell to Agudelo. Ball comes out to Sardar now. Sardar with an opportunity. He's coming in towards the box. Sardar drops the shoulder, plays it across the box, but blocked and cleared out for a throw-in. Got to catch your breath here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. Game week 4. Igor Gomes. Enrique. Throws it to Munistabur. Holds the ball up. Kartabia. Enrique. Enrique to Kartabia. Said to Kartabia. Kartabia's onside. Kartabia, good cross. Very good cross. Agudelo with some beautiful skill. Has got no one ahead of him, Agudelo. Still keeps the ball. Brilliant play. Here's Mensah now. Azarkan. Miras. Azarkan looks up. Mensah wants the ball. Mensah gets the ball. Mensah onto his left side. Mensah starts to dribble through. Mensah's running all the way! Wow! Out of nothing. It just seemed to fall for him here. Maksimovic and Makhbali did well to close the angle. Yeah, he tries to... It goes through the legs of Makhbali. But still 0-0 here with 81 minutes gone. Guilherme da Silva picks up the ball. Good play. Finds Munis Dabour. Munis Dabour's got Kartabi on the right. Tries to go back to Guillermo da Silva. Throw in to Shabab Alahli. Kartabia, a lot of space on this far side. Here he is. Sardar comes here. Munis Dabour. Munis Dabour with a chance. This is like a basketball game. End-to-end stuff here. Agudelo now. Agudelo against Renan Victor. Agudelo tries to thread the pass into Ramon Mires. Makhbali. And it just bounces out over Kartabia. Mohamed Taqi, the referee, just asks them to hold it there as he checks on Guillermo da Silva. Makhbali just having words there with his left back Raquelme. Idris there getting instructions. It's the fine details. And they're going to see another substitution. It's Munis Dabour coming out. Mohamed Jum'a coming on. Munis Dabour definitely put a shift in here for his team. But Paulo Sousa opting for another plan. Might also see there Abdul Basit come into that midfield. Ramon Mires now. Kartabia. Alex. Just overplaying there in the middle. 5 minutes approaching here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. We just feel there's going to be one more big chance. Who's it going to fall to? Here's Enrique with the cross, the clearance. And a throw-in for Shabab Alahli. And a substitution here. And it is Abdul Basit coming on. Ramon Mires coming off. So Naser now looking to control the center areas of the pitch. What a player they've got here to do so, just to manage the game. Enrique almost nicked off him there. And Chambet comes out and deals with it. It's amazing, it's 0-0 this game. Mensah tries to keep that in. The ball too long by his captain. Renan Victor coming out with the ball now. There's an opportunity, but Chambet controls the ball, gets a bit of a knock on the head as well. Shabab has arrived. And looking and comparing the two players, Agudelo and Guilherme da Silva, similar areas on opposite sides of the pitch, and how influential they are in creating those opportunities. Imagine those two players on the same team. That would be the whole pitch covered. Shabab clears. Touch. Musa. They win the ball back. Musa pulls him down. And Musa Ndai will get the caution, looks like. Mohamed Taqi just waiting for him to come up. Kartabia. Trying to pick him up. Let's have a look here. There's the touch. Checks to see where the player is. It's won back by Saeed. Make sure that he does not pass him. Juma. And Musa is all right. So here's a free kick now to Shabab Alahli. Musa Ndai gets the yellow card. Kartabia standing over it. Just a few instructions from the bench on how they're going to take this. Kartabia signals where he wants his players to move into. Interesting split over the left and the right side. No one central. Aims for that area. There's the header. Goes into Shambes. Arms nice and easy. Mensah. Luka now. 55% to 45% possession. There's the ball over the top. Azarkan switched over onto the opposite side. Azarkan onto the ball here. There's a chance here. Agudelo. He knows it. Big chance for Naser. Enrique comes up with the ball. Sada Azmoun. Sada. Kartabia steps in. Juma. One fairly. Azarkan now with the man on. Quick split pass doesn't work here. 5 minutes have added on time. Will we see a winner at the Al Maktoum Stadium? Cross comes in, easy for Shabab. Finger-biting stuff here at the stadium. Will we see another big chance created? It's very close here. It's like a chess match between the two sides. No one wanting to give anything away. And here's a chance now for Riquelme to get the cross in. He does get the cross in. It's cleared though. Comes out to Mateus Enrique now. Mateus Enrique with the cross. Cleared again. Brilliant defending. And a chance now for Mensah. Gets the little push here and wins his side the free kick. And it's a yellow card for Saeed. That should slow the game down as intended. They've been fantastic though. Fans have been great here. I mean, that's what it's all about. The energy, the passion, the sound, the rhythm. It's all there. Fantastic. We'll resume play here. Alex tries to go long. Guilherme da Silva finds Said. Jomai touches it and wins the free kick. And he gets the yellow card, Alex. Been very good this half. Consistent throughout the game and loves defending. Gustavo Alex. Cartabia now on the near side. Tesh Enrique. Cartabia. Cartabia looks for the 1-2. It goes through to Cartabia! Wow! What a chance. What play, what defending. They can't believe it. Just confirmation of the yellow card, but also the fantastic defending by Gustavo Alex. Cartabia with another corner. There's a header and it's in! And guess who? Sada Azmoun with the goal in extra time to make it 1-0. They can't believe it here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. We knew it was coming. And if it was coming, it had to be that man. Fantastic scenes here at the Al Maktoum Stadium. Does he need an introduction? It's Sada Azmoun. As the cross comes in, he's there, the right place at the right time, and he scores. And you had a feeling another chance was going to come. And Al Naser, after 94 minutes of hard work, concede their first goal of the season. Shabab Alahli ecstatic, and that man throw in to Shabab Alahli in front of their fans here. Unbelievable. Guilherme da Silva about to take this throw in. The derby is what it's all about. Moments like that is what it's all about. And Guilherme da Silva comes away with the ball. Guilherme da Silva chips the ball out and gets a round of applause and a corner. And there's the full-time whistle at the Al Maktoum Stadium. The Al Nassr players sink to their knees and the Shabab Alahli team are on their feet. The fans ecstatic with a massive, massive result. The Dubai derby, top of the table clash between Al Nassr and Shabab Alahli ends. Al Nassr 0, Shabab Alahli 1. It's been an absolute pleasure to be your commentator tonight. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, well, I was like you. I thought that was going to finish 0-0, but no. Sardar Azmoun, his first appearance of the season, doing what big game players always do, steal the headlines, got the goal, and the defending league champions join Al Ain at the top of the ADNOC Pro League table. Al Nassr losing for the first time in this league season, conceding for the first time this league season as well. How will that result and that goal mean things change for the rest of the season? What a dramatic end to things at the Maktoum Stadium. Ibrahim, watching that, it looked like it was just going to be one of those days where every striker was just going to miss the target. All those opportunities that players were carving out for themselves were just going by the wayside. But then Sardar Azmoun, that's why he's the #1 player for Shabab Alahli.
It was a great second half. I really enjoyed it, and we saw more actions, more offensive actions. Sadly for Al Nassr, they missed a couple of chances, because that's what I meant before. It's very important when you have some chance, especially in this type of derbies, don't miss the chances. And what I can say about Sardar, he proved again he really how important he is for Shabab Alahli, and what a goal. Maybe people don't understand the way how he jumped and from the back of the head and put the ball in the perfect corner. And really good victory for Al Nassr from both sides. Honestly, open game, very nice open game, and I feel like they deserve through Sardar to take the 3 points.
For context, Pedro, Sardar, he's been out of action, hasn't he, for 2-3 months up until now? We haven't seen him. He hasn't been on the bench. It looked like he might not even come on tonight. We thought we might see him at half-time, and then the clock kept ticking. So it's a remarkable achievement to come on and do that.
Yeah, he's not 100%, but in a striker like Sardar, sometimes even, I don't know, 20, 30, 40% might be enough, and in this case it was. Credits on the delivery also. Yeah. It's very good. I think both teams, Graham, tried to win the match. Honestly, I think both they tried to win the match in a different strategical approach. Shabab Alahli, as usual, more in control, setting the tempo, controlling most of the possession, etc. Al Nassr trying to break on the counter, and every now and then, with much less chances than Shabab Alahli, they were also close to get one goal. They were very solid defensively. Honored to Al Nassr tonight, because defensively, and here I'm biased from what I've seen in previous seasons. Al Nassr in previous seasons was very poor defensively. Last season they scored 45 goals and they conceded 45 goals in the league. And this is usually a very bad statistic for any team who wants to be successful in any league. So this season they are clearly doing much better, and it's just the first goal they conceded in the ADNOC Pro League. I think I agree with Ibrahim. I think Shabab Alahli deserved, if one of these teams would have to win the match, and I was with you, I thought there won't be no goals tonight. We had many yesterday, probably that was the reason why. I thought if there must be a winner, if there was a winner, Shabab Alahli is a fair winner in the end. They tried more, they came closer many times. They wasted many chances tonight. Big lack of efficiency offensively for Shabab Alahli, and big efficiency defensively also for Al Nassr. Credit on them on that.
That winning goal by Sardar Azmoun changes the back pages tomorrow, changes all the headlines in reaction to the result. But if you take everything up until the 94th minute, it was a very even game. Al Nassr had their chances as well. They should have put the game to bed as well. And Shabab Alahli, they'll feel like it shouldn't have got to that point before they needed Sardar Azmoun to come on and score.
Yes, Graham, if you remember a couple of final scores ago, I always say about Shabab Alahli, one thing that is very impressive. Regardless what will happen, they never give up. At the end of the day, they come with the 3 point always. They might have sometimes not good games, but the 3 point for them is important. And the way our side has scored today is visible. They've tried, as Pedro mentioned, they've tried so many times. From the right side in the beginning with Yuri Cesar, he was going 1v1, trying to penetrate a bit in the box, and Bala actually did a great game because he was very constantly present in the box of Al Nassr, but they couldn't. They were not efficient enough. But as I say, the team spirit of Shabab Alahli, and I appreciate that so much from them. They will do anything to try to come with a 3-point, and that's what they did tonight.
It's what they say, the sign of champions, isn't it? If you can play badly but still get the result, it's a good sign for the rest of your season. We're seeing some of these chances, so many of them, Pedro, and you look back on it, and it's quite unbelievable there wasn't a goal until the 94th minute.
Yeah, but in the end, the goal came. Countless chances. Of course, there will be statistics, shots on target, but countless chances Shabab Alahli created. It was not a defensive match at all, even though it was goalless until minute 94.
Open game.
It was an open game. We had opportunities from both sides, again, more on the Shabab Alahli side. But it apparently seemed that we were not going to have any goals tonight. Again, many credits also to the way Al Nassr defended. Because Al Nassr is revealing to be a very organized team, a very compact side. Shabab Alahli maintains the same pattern from last season, always very compact, always very solid, a team who knows clearly what they have to do at each moment of the match, despite the fact that they have lots of young players, even in the back. They reveal lots of maturity, even missing Bogdan, usually the leader there in the back for Shabab Alahli. They show lots of maturity. They show that they are a team that knows what they have to do in each moment. But tonight, in terms of their offensive efficiency, it was complicated. And it was not just tonight. So this is something that Shabab Alahli is struggling with in the start of this season across all competitions. It's the offensive production in terms of goal scoring capacity. But now with the Sardar back, maybe that will change.
Similar story for Al Nassr, of course, just not getting the goals that some of their performances this season would seem to warrant. But how do they react now? It's obviously going to be bitterly disappointing for them tonight. Their first defeat, first league goal conceded. Next time they play is against Dibba in the league. Between now and then, Slavisa Jokanovic has a job, doesn't he? Because he now needs to mentally get his side over this disappointment.
Of course, it's normal for Al Nassr because they have big ambitions. Since the last time, if I remember, Al Nassr took the league, it was very long time ago. So obviously, with the signings they did this season, you can see that they have a great objective and great targets. And I think Jokanovic is doing a great job. You can see that we see in Nassr that is very well organized. They play really well football. The ball possession is great. And but tonight again, I mean, like I said, even against the Jazeera, the game they did there was a great game. Tonight again is another game. They tried, but it was lack of efficiency. It's important because Mires in the front line couldn't get a lot of balls. And I think, but they had in front of a team of Shabab Alahli who are defending their title. So they will do anything to win. And that's what they did tonight. And if you remember also last week, how they won the game, Dabo, same type of goal. First post, corner, and he put in inside. So they know how to prepare games. And I think that made the difference tonight. And but Al Nassr, they should not worry because they have that foundation. They have the strong midfield, strong defense, and especially when they're playing block. I think the coming games, I'm not worried for the next challenges for them.
For Shabab Alahli, Pedro, this sends out a big message, doesn't it, to the other teams in the ADNOC Pro League. There's been some, perhaps the Champions League Elite was their strongest test so far this season, you'd have to say.
Al Wahda also.
Al Wahda as well, yeah, of course, and that ended goalless. So this result is their biggest of the season so far. It's not just a Dubai derby, but it's the last-minute goal, Sardar Azmoun coming on, going to the top of the table with Al Ain. It's a strong signal.
Ahead of playing against Al Ain, that match on Thursday will be amazing. As always, usually matches between these two sides are great. I totally agree with you. it sends a strong signal to the league in terms of Shabab Alahli's character, because the quality we all know, the character also, but it sends a strong signal. Like, despite the fact that we are champions, we are here to fight until the end for every match.
Okay, we're going to cross over to the Al Maktoum Stadium. Amy Gillingham has got our first interview in the evening, and guess who it is? It's the match winner, Sardar Azmoun. Amy.
Yes, I'm joined by Sardar Azmoun, the goal scorer here tonight. First of all, Sardar, welcome back. It's great to see you back on the pitch after being out for so long with injury. But also, congratulations here tonight. A really intense game, but you claimed a goal. You must be happy.
Yeah, of course. I was really working hard in these days. When you are long time in the injury time, and when you come back and you help the team, is the most important. You're getting very good feeling, and thanks God, I make it.
And when you were sat on the bench, obviously observing the game in the first half, do you feel that there was a real turning point that gave you more momentum?
Yes, when you are in the bench or in the pitch, when you're playing first 11, you have to be mentally strong and to help the team. I'm a striker, I have to help. Maybe I play very bad, but my mental is very strong, so I can help in the bad situation. I can manage it.
Well, there were so many chances prior to you coming on here tonight. They just needed that clinical ability. Of course, you stepping onto the pitch, you brought that clinical ability here this evening. It's absolutely crucial in the ADNOC Pro League.
Yeah, it is true that we had a lot of chances last game, first game, and this game. But we have to know that they want to score a goal. Nobody wants to not scoring, but they working very hard, and we have to proud of our players that they did it good job tonight, and we get 3 points.
Well, congratulations again. Really good to see you back, and I wish you all the best for the rest of the season. Thank you. Back to you, Graham.
Thank you very much, Amy. Great stuff. Of course, she got the match winner and the main talking point as our first interview. Brilliant stuff there, Amy Gillingham. Interesting, Ibrahim, you kind of knew what he was about to say about mentality and staying strong while sitting on the bench. You knew exactly what he was going through.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was saying. He even mentioned it. They know what they have to do. They have the task that they have is to try to do their best, each player, to try to win. And he said, my job, I'm a striker. That's what I have to do, score. And he did it perfectly. So, and what a great, I would say, luck for Shabab Alahli to have a type of striker like him, because at any moment, any time, he can make the difference. And tonight he did it again.
Let me follow up with another question. If you've been injured for a long time, you come back on the pitch and score the winner, it must be the best feeling ever as a striker.
Great question, Graham. And the feeling,
yeah,
especially because when you are injured, you want to come back as soon as possible to help your team. So sometimes being outside the field, watching your team playing, and you know that they need you, you have that pain inside that you want to come back as soon as possible to come. Especially when you come, you have one thing in your mind, is to try to make the difference, to show that I'm still the one who can make the difference. And Sardar, he did it perfectly, because we could see that even when he came in, he's not ready 100%. But he still had that character, that personality to go look for the 3 point, and he did it perfectly.
And we were just talking about Shabab Alahli as a whole sending out a signal. Sardar Azmoun has sent out a signal, hasn't he? He will be firing on all cylinders from now on.
Definitely. And it's just also, and Ibrahim was mentioning that the psychological factor
exactly.
of your team having the presence of a player who, even not being at 100%, as we know he is not, he can score and have a breakthrough in the match and win the match to your side. And on the other side, the other team, the opponents, know that his presence on the pitch, even though he's not 100%, means trouble for them, and they need to worry about him, even though he's not completely ready yet to play the whole 90 minutes. And sometimes you have to also use that as a weapon. You were talking before about Al Naser and the fact that they conceded their first goal and first defeat in minute 94. Now the next match will be, in my opinion, the most important match of the season for them.
Yeah.
Because they will need to bounce back from this heavy defeat in the way it was, and get back into winning ways, to show their character and to show that they are here to fight for the title, and they will be a title contender throughout the season.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're looking at real title contenders. Hopefully Al Nassr will be able to pick themselves up, as Pedro says, and they'll be in the fight as well as the season goes on. Okay, let's look at a few stats then. Let's look at the results that we've seen already. Yesterday was all about Abu Dhabi, and we saw some goals as well. It was terrific. Al Wada, a 5-2 win at home against Al Dhafra, who have proven to be fantastic since they got promoted. And also at the Banias Stadium, troubles continue at the Banias Stadium. Al Jazeera were the visitors, their near neighbours, and got a 4-0 win away at Banias. Kalba beat Dibba 2-1 earlier today. A late goal from Kalba, scoring, netting them 3 points against Dibba. Al Ain, 3-0 win at home to Corfacan. Laba getting the hat-trick and becoming Al Ain's top goal scorer in the process. And as we've just seen, Al Nassr, their first defeat of the season and the first goal they've conceded this league season as well. The champions are on top, level on points with Al Ain. Guess who plays next week? Al Ain and Shabab Alahli. Al Wada are up in third. Jazeera, Kalba, Al Nassr stay on 7 points. And Al Dhafra still on the top half of the table on 6 points. Down the bottom, miserable reading for Banias and for Dibba. Still no points, not off the mark yet. Sharjah and Al Wasl, they'll be looking to do much better over the coming weeks and lift themselves up. Corfacan, Ajman and Al Batay rounding out the league table so far. So what is coming up next for match week 5, or match week 4, sorry, the rest of match week 4, of course. Tomorrow, Al Wasl, the champions of 2 seasons ago, away at Al Batay, and the last game of match week 4, Sharjah at home to Ajman, kicking off at 8:15 at the Sharjah Stadium. Well, that was a terrific night. I think you'll agree. What a clash. What a Dubai derby as well. Loads of chances, but in the end, there was only one that actually counted from Sardar Azmoun. Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you, Pedro.
Thank you.
Thank you, of course, to Amy Gillingham, getting us that interview with the goal scorer of the night. It finishes 1-0 to Shabab Alahli. Al Nassr will have to bounce back. Shabab Alahli are at the top of the table yet again. From everybody at Abu Dhabi Sports, good night.